Sonic the Hedgehog just can't get a break, can he? Ever since he graced his presence in the smashed hit based on the character name, every other company decided to generate their own cash cow to reap the hard-earned allowance money of children everywhere. Unfortunately, all of these Sonic clones had one thing in common. They sucked! It's why Bubsy's working the day shift at McDonald's and there are the acrobats giving head in alleyways for 5 milligrams of coke. But I digress. There has been way too much flack towards these victims of incompetent programming. For there is much worse in terms of terrible platformers out there. Much worse.
Possum, kicks Dr. Machino, but
I'm Possum!
And I'm an Abercrombie and Fitch model. Jesus Christ. What makes this game that much worse than its brethren? For one thing, check out the music. Boy, it's Tengen's composer strangling somebody with an accordion in D minor! The music was unintentional foreshadowing, then the game itself is irony served on a platter. An emphasis on speed and bashing enemies with giant attacks in an attempt to thwart the dastardly deeds of a PhD-laden baddie. Now, where have I seen this before? Sonic the Hedgehog? No! This game is a half-assed environmental twist to it. Plus, they took in a bunch of rejects from Mega Man to beat the bosses. That definitely makes up for the identical gameplay styles of the two games. Maybe so, but Tengen truly messed up on the emulation process. Instead of the greatness of the Sonic, we get the poor man's Animal Planet. Hey, at least that series was good to laugh at. This is just pathetic. Check out the realism. And I swear they ripped one of the sound effects straight from Sonic's spin. Is it awesome, Possum? You get to go through 4 levels of second trimester reported gaming. For the first level, the enemy is supposed to be destroying the rainforest. And all I can see are teamsters aimlessly running around or pretending that they're working. If this is the best Dr. Machino can do, then how in the Lord's name did he take over the world? He would have flunked out of trade school! Even then, you don't have to defeat the enemies. Just go to the finish. The trees will be okay. Besides, they can make for some really nice game manuals. If the controls were symbolic of a person's character, then this game would be the Commodore 4. The controls are loose, slippery, and the only thing you get at the end are a sense of guilt and an empty wallet. All those dregs of society that say, "Oh, Sonic should fuck Amy, Princess Di, whatever the fuck her name is." We'll take a good look, because this is what the offspring's going to look like! Of course, when you're playing the game, this Possum decides to comment on every single thing that happens throughout the game.
Noble breath, good one! Oh boy! Amazing! Come on! Ow, my wheel is your history! I'm gonna clean up this world yet!
you're annoying me, Possum.
It could have been witty, but Awesome Possum is the equivalent of that poser in high school who shopped at Hollister and quoted Family Guy to reinforce how cool he thought he was. Did you like the kid? No! You beat the shit out of him in dodgeball!
I'm so cool!
I'm so cool. You're not cool! I'm reviewing a 15-year-old video game out of boredom and I know I'm cooler than you! What makes me think that I want to hear this kind of banter in a video game in surprisingly clear sound? The thing that Tengen actually decided to get right in this game. Not the gameplay, not the controls, not even the graphics. Voice clarity.
With built-in synchronized dialogue, Awesome Possum is the first Genesis cartoon character who really talks to players, and he's got a lot to say. This Possum's awesome mission.
Quality voice takes does not a good game make. Fortunately, the voice clarity isn't overshadowing everything. That would go to the trivia. Apparently, Sonic's accident has to go in front of a UN tribunal to explain why he killed several civilians after every level. To save his island, he must answer the correct answer to an environmental question. And yes, it's saying something when an educational aside is more enjoyable than the game itself. But don't get me wrong, the only reason to play this is for the reactions to a question. Amazing how the animals have perfect white teeth, don't you think? The wolf looks like he just took a piss, the leopard's got a hard-on for Possum, and the monkey's doing the right thing for laughing at your ass for playing this piece of shit. Just for answering that question correctly, I get to go straight to the ending, just because I'm awesome!
You're not so awesome.
You're right. I suck. Just like the boss fights in this game. At least in Sonic, the bosses went in the pattern so you could strategize accordingly. For this game, jump and pray. That's all you can do. The bosses go in these random motions and can flat out kick your ass. And don't even get me started on Dr. Machino. To the ending. Oh!
Possum kicks Dr. Machino's butt.
I'm awesome.
He literally kicks Dr. Machino's butt. Wow. No, that's not even plagiarism. Sonic wouldn't be caught dead doing this! Well, then again, that explains the uncreative title. He gets placed on Mount Rushmore? Oh, great idea, Tengen! Let's reward a guy who saved the environment by defacing the environment he saved! Holy hypocrisy in action, Batman! Oh, what's next? Are they going to open the Mel Gibson wing in the Museum of Tolerance? The fate of the world is in my hands, eh? Well, tell you what, Mr. Possum, I'll be sure to drive my Hummer to the nearest greenhouse and dump sludge all over the plant life just because you said so. The cynics weren't kidding. This game is 100% recycled, and I personally don't have a problem with it. I actually commend Tengen's efforts in trying to put the money where their mouth is. However, there's one problem. Those cartridges. And the game boxes. What did you think those were made out of? Plastic! And let's not forget about the comic book that came with every game either. I bet those were real eco-friendly now, weren't they? This game fails as a Sonic imitation, it fails as an environmental ploy, and worst of all, it fails as a game. The game literally digs its own grave. Good. Saves me the trouble. On that note, it's time to give this game the grade it deserves. An F!